Welcome back to another episode of Normal Guys Talk Sports. Coming to you live and direct from Never Satisfied Studios. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening, Friday, May 24th of 2024.
What's going on, Ed?
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Always good to do a podcast with the one and only Matt Got Cameras. Of course, man. Back at it. He texted me today, and we're like, let's do it. Here we are.
It's been a busy week, but you got to find some time to pod, my man.
There we go. Catching everybody up to date on to the world of sports as we know it.
So, get started?
We can always get started. We got the NBA, of course. It's the NFL offseason, you know. Nothing... Last time we covered the NFL was the draft. So a lot of rookies incoming. So we're getting ready for the NFL season, and we are in the middle of the NBA playoffs. We currently have the Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals currently going on. So we're down to 4 teams in the NBA. We have the Pacers and the Celtics in the East, and we have the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves in the West.
Early predictions of winners of these series.
I'd probably bet the house on the Celtics. They already have 2-0, and they were the number 1 seed in the East all year long. And on the West, I feel it's a little bit more of a competitive series, with the 3 seed Minnesota Timberwolves and the 5th seed Dallas Mavericks.
Who would have predicted this for the West?
Who would have predicted this? I know, right? I feel the Mavericks have done a lot of great acquisitions the past two deadlines. Last year they got Kyrie, but they kind of nosedived in the tankings. They went from 5th to out of the playoffs last year, and this year,
different story.
They were floating around 4th, 5th, and 6th all year, and they acquired PJ Washington Jr. and Daniel Gafford. That was the size that they were needing, and this is what do you got? That's game 1. So Luka and Kyrie came up at the end. I feel this is going 6 or 7. I'm almost willing to bet it's going to go 7. So, and game 7 would be in Minnesota.
I think I probably find the coolest thing about Dallas Mavericks this year is really either Luka starts the game or Kyrie starts the game and the other one finishes. It's kind of crazy how
they still 2 of the best players in the league. Kyrie is the champion. You know, he's been there, done that. So, and then and Luka is he is the generational talent. He is the
franchise.
He is the franchise. So, but those 2 guys there,
first team All Pro.
Like I said, we got a talented roster, and like I said, these they have either team. It's hard to predict. Again, Minnesota beat the champs, by the way. Minnesota beat Denver. You know what I'm saying? And so it was Denver's to lose, and Denver lost it. So here's Minnesota, and some would argue Anthony Edwards is the best player.
I feel like
and the future face of the NBA.
That is one of the talks that has surfaced over the past week. I feel like that Anthony Edwards is the face of the NBA. You know, a lot of how could Ja Morant let Anthony Edwards take his place?
I mean, it's on the court and off the court, and even though the talent is there, and Ja Morant has had some
crazy though.
You know, he's had some playoff success so far, but you know, his antics, for you to full-fledged become a superstar, you need everybody. You know, the team and everybody got to work with you, not against you. You can't be going at it with ownership and the front office off of your dumb stuff. They need to embrace you, and you need to embrace them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to you're out here doing what you want to do, not what you need to do.
Shout out to Drunk in the building.
Shout out to Drunk, man.
Y'all really gonna pop up like Dallas about to win?
Hi, that didn't come out of my mouth, boy. You about to get that Slovenia. That's funny. You about to Lucas Smith, Slovenia. I mean, it's been, if you according to Vegas, it's been Boston. Bro, acting like he's not a full blown Kings fan. Of course I am, bro. This is nasty work. Yikes, bro. Of course I'm a Kings fan. Of course I'm a Kings fan. Of course, bro. I'm not joking.
But I mean, growing up, I've never really been able to cheer for a NBA team, so I will rock with Dallas.
Me and Matt, come on, bro. I bleed purple. Let's get that out the way. I bleed purple. I would not be allowed back in Sacramento and type of stuff. But we're here. We're in Dallas, and then me and Matt went to the Game 6 elimination between the Mavericks and the Clippers. So we are in the market, and we're taking advantage of the current playoff basketball in the region that we reside.
So, Drunk, if you're still watching, what are your picks for this series? You know what I'm saying? And your picks for the overall winning of the chip. Right now, I actually will ride with Dallas, even though I feel like Boston has a better team. But, you know, obviously that's me being in Dallas speaking. I'm just glad to see y'all back regardless. But
Just glad to see y'all back regardless. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate your words, bro. Yeah, we back, of course, man. We got some.
So, do we want to talk about the other series?
We can, of course. Like I said, so game 3 is currently, game 2 is currently going on of the Mavericks,
so the Mavericks
and the
are
Timberwolves.
down. It's still in the first quarter. They're
So
down
that's where we're at.
32.
So that's
I
where
can
we're
bring
at.
that up too. So Mavs are down 36-22. Looks like everybody's off to a little bit of a slow start, but we'll see what'll happen. We'll see how that pans out.
Correct.
So,
and then we have Boston and the Pacers. So the Pacers are the Cinderella team, if any. They 6th seed. They acquired Siakam at the deadline, so they were another trade deadline team, and they traded him with as an expiring deal. They gave up some future assets. They beat Milwaukee in the first round, but they dealt with injuries at the closeout game. Dame nor Giannis played, so the Pacers won that, and then they beat the Knicks in the second round and made it to the. What do you got here? I got Dallas 42. I got Boston 42. Also, I got Boston winning it all. Vegas hasn't won it all. So if we were betting, the best odds bet would be Boston winning the championship. It's been like that all year long. So
we'll see what happens. I actually really love this energy in Dallas right now.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're in Dallas again. There's a lot of when sports are live and well, the city is more alive. So a lot of
and it's like
and like I said, Matt went to was that my first playoff? No, I've been to a playoff game before. But yeah, it was Matt's first playoff game, and we were kind of 50-50 about it, and we were talking like the day before, and we made it happen, and I got some love. We had some great players and great Clipper teams along the way, and it was good to see them perform as well. I root for the Clippers a little bit as well. They're my second favorite. There was the first team I ever saw it live. So again, see the Clippers and the Mavericks. Kawhi was out, so that was highly unfortunate.
Tatum from St. Louis. He from the city.
He is from St. Louis. Drunk is from St.
Go
Louis.
against him
You can't. I feel you.
Especially
You can't.
He from the block.
Understood. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, from St. Louis. Yeah, he does rap.
And
Beal's from St. Louis.
Tatum with 23 points. Jaylen Brown with 40 points.
You see, on the game 1, he hit that three.
Like he worth every penny.
He does got a lot of money coming his way, and he's the president of the Players Association. Yeah, it was Chris Paul for like at least 10 years. It's Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's the president. It's Jaylen Brown, and then the vice president is McCollum. Yeah, it used to be Chris Paul. So a lot of people didn't like Chris Paul. Well, a lot of people don't like Chris Paul for a lot of reasons, but shout out to Chris Paul.
So we seen him at the hotel.
Matt did see the
Pause.
Warriors. Yeah, pause. I know. Matt saw a lot of the Golden State Warriors at one of the high end places here.
The Crescent.
Matt was just on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Matt was just doing some work.
I was literally just doing some work, and the entire Golden State Warriors, minus Steph Curry, was just standing in the lobby. It was interesting.
Getting ready for the game tomorrow.
Getting ready for the game tomorrow and taking personal business meetings. I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of basketball left, but nonetheless, whoever wins the championship will be their first championship. Majority, heck yeah. The last four.
Celtics.
I mean, as far as the players.
Oh,
as far as the players, you know what I'm saying? As far as like Jason Tatum, Luka, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, I mean, it's a new generation,
right? You know what I'm saying? One of these players is going to get their first ring. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the majority of the players on the rosters don't have a championship ring, right? The only one I could think of, or Kyrie Irving on the Mavs, and Siakam on the Pacers. Other than that, majority of the players still in the playoffs do not have a championship.
And it's crazy to think because now, and people would feel however they feel about this, but the dominance of the Golden State Warriors and LeBron James has, I ain't gonna say passed us, but
remember this time last year, thought that the party was never going to end. So the party has
the party is over. I ain't gonna say it's over, but the party is,
it's not jumping like it used to.
Yeah, it ain't jumping like
it jumping it like it's not a capacity like it was.
No, it ain't jumping like it used to.
It ain't jumping like it used to, bro. So
you're gonna see some. I mean, at least over the next few.
I think the offseason is going to be insane. I think Bronny, and where he ends up.
We can segue into that.
Okay, so yeah, we got the Celtics, and I don't know if I'm ready because I don't want to get harassed out here. But but by the way, the Timberwolves have home court, but the Mavericks won game 1. I think it's going
huge.
I think it's going 7, and I think it's going 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants it more? We got again Anthony Edwards, Luka. We talking about 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think Anthony Edwards has a lot of good years left in the tank.
He's not old.
Anthony Edwards really 22.
Yeah, he ain't old.
And what's Luka, like 25?
I think Luka is 25.
Luka's like 25?
He's fresh off his first contract, but now, soon he'll probably get another one.
So, like I said, good luck to the rest of the teams along the way, and it'll be celebration on whoever wins, and and they would be geniuses, whoever they are, and whoever falls short, heads might be rolling. You know what I'm saying? Last year, Minnesota, they said it was going to be a bad trade, one of the worst trades ever. And then this year, they turned it all around because they gave up a lot for Dallenberg, what's his name? And then they had a bad year last year, but this year, they was close to first seed all year long, and they finished with 3rd. Bronny signed 2 league player contracts. Is he officially hanging off Bronny too? That's funny. He had a workout. He had a workout in the LA Lakers facility, pro day, whatever, Clutch Sports and all that. He's talking to different teams. He's saying all the right things. He's saying that he doesn't want to play with his dad, but you know what I'm saying. But again, what's going to play with my dad? No, he wants to be. He wants to be his.
You know how big of a story that is.
He knows it, but he still wants it off.
You know how much money they could make
together.
Yes,
1,000%. But I'm speaking of LeBron. He was at second round. He was at the game 4 Celtics and Cavaliers, and he was there front row with a bottle of wine with the with the great Savannah James by his side.
Shout out to Shorty.
Shout out to, you know what I'm saying?
His lovely wife.
There you go. His wife and mother of his children, of course. And they were there. And of course they shout him out and honor him. But of course he's going to be there to continue his leverage. Every time LeBron's a free agent, the NBA stops. The world stops. Until he signs and he's been a free agent a few times, and he's a free agent once again. He's got everything he could ever want. Yeah, yes and no, but they got to get better. They got to get better. You know what I'm saying? They got to get better for him to come back and to legit win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Could Bronny and him end up in LA? Maybe. Could Bronny and him end up in Cleveland? Maybe. Could they end up in San Antonio? Maybe.
So I will say this.
Vegas has the top 2 teams I'm going to is Cleveland and San Antonio. LeBron, not Bronny. So maybe they end at the same place. Maybe they don't.
I think
it got us talking about it. That's going to be the main headline all off season long.
So if as a Google search, if you type in NBA draft, I didn't type in Bronny James, but the top thing that's trending regarding the draft is LeBron James.
That'd be a roll of the dice. And if you're the Atlanta Hawks with the #1 pick, you pick Bronny James when he's projected a second rounder talent wise. You know what I'm saying? And does that guarantee you LeBron James? Does LeBron James to assign to the Atlanta Hawks?
The part about this that's just
Atlanta Hawks, bro.
The part about this that's just weird to me though. And he's bringing it up right now.
Okay, check
Bronny James isn't the best player in this draft.
But his name, his brand, and it brings the possibility and adds probability
like you're talking,
for LeBron James to sign with your team.
There's quite a few players that are better than him in this draft.
But you get Bronny, and let's just say he is a rotation player worthy. For him to deem him the next LeBron and next All-Star and next this and that and next Steph Curry and what the heck ever, can he play in the league? Can he get minutes? Not score 20 points a game. Let's get real, bro.
At the same time, I'm just like, bro, if this ain't politics, I don't know what is.
LeBron,
granted,
just like he went to the Heat, he's going to make that decision at the 11th hour. He's going to have everybody guessing. And like I said, LeBron, you know what I'm saying? He could stay with the Lakers. Laker fans aren't fully sold on LeBron, like, moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, rebuild, blah, blah, blah. They're not like, come on.
He brought a championship back there.
He got him
what's up? We cool. Like,
right.
He brought a championship there.
He's right. And Kobe, we all, love, respect to Kobe. But he doesn't mean to them, fan base wise, what Kobe meant to them. No. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why some of the fan base, if you pay attention to the comments, and I've known a lot of Laker fans over the years, that, some are with them, some
could care less. They could care less.
So, but them, and again, they are in the middle of the road. They've lost the Nuggets. They got the 7th seed. Many people say that Giannis is almost 10 million just being Giannis' brother, the Bucks. What's your response? I mean, politics. Is he there without him? No, hell no, he's not there without him. Like in a different universe, is he? He is there. Is he NBA? Is he best 15 player on that roster? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's on the roster. Is he? Is there other players out there better than him? Free agency, possibly. But keep in mind, I believe, others believe, I feel. You have to accommodate your stars. And if your star wants his brother on the team and he helps him practice and he helps him with this and that on the court, off the court, if he could come in, give him quality minutes, but there's like low lights reel of his brother. You know what I'm saying?
It's
of like
expensive accommodation.
$10 million. But again, Giannis is a generational top 10 player talent. If he's maybe he's not in the NBA. Yeah, that's a great question. But again, like
he's in the G League.
He's possibly. You know what I'm saying? Is he still on any team without his brother? No, his brother got him. Yeah, of course.
So in other words,
so I'll agree. Who talks about this? Inside the NBA, they joke around about Giannis's brother and stuff. They said he has a higher job security than politicians. They talk stuff like that, but they've joked around that. We talking about it. You bring it up. The Inside the NBA guys bring it up.
By that standard, then Bronny James will go number 1. By that standard.
But then what if what if they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. You think if the Atlanta Hawks have the #1 pick and LeBron is a free agency, the Atlanta Hawks have the right, because it's not tampering, because it's not under contract, to reach out to LeBron's representatives and be like, hey, we're thinking about drafting Bronny #1. Are you coming? You know what I'm saying? So that conversation is going to get had. So let's not pretend that it's not going to happen. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. The Atlanta Hawks is going to call everyone, blah, 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 again. And they got LeBron because they say this draft is, you know what I'm saying, the talent isn't as good compared to like the last 5 years. So that's why no one's really tripping off the draft. And you're talking about drafting Bronny James at number 1 because the talent isn't there. And for the again, it's going to sell tickets. They're going to be on TV more, even if LeBron ain't there.
So
if the Kings draft Bronny first round, afterwards, Bron signs a 3-year extension with the Lakers. What is your response? Ooh, if the Kings draft
prediction,
if the Kings draft Bronny,
there's no if. This is his what he thinks is gonna.
The Kings draft Bronny first. Like, I think he's giving me like a hypothetical scenario, bro. And then like he's what would I feel? We don't need Bronny. I think we have a lot of players in his position already. And he compared himself to Donovan Mitchell. That's who he compared. He said he compared himself to Donovan Mitchell, Derek White, and somebody else. He gave a compare because they asked him, who do you play like? Who do you model yourself after? What is your game comparable to? That's what they asked him. And that's his response. So Donovan Mitchell's on the Kings. You know what I'm saying? So he's the backup point guard. So he compares himself to a backup point guard on the Kings already. So we already have guards. I think that's not the number one need of the Kings. If the Kings felt that they could draft him at 13, I think the Kings have 13 this year, and with LeBron coming, the Kings do it 1,000%. But they sign and then LeBron goes to the Lakers anyways. I think LeBron, you can't trust what LeBron says. He says, I want to play with my son. I'm going to sign wherever he's at. And then he doesn't do that.
Wait, LeBron wants to play with Bronny.
Last time everyone checked.
And Bronny doesn't want to play with LeBron.
When he was asked that very same question. Because if you've seen some of his interviews, I'm not just making this up. Like, I'm going off of like what I've seen.
I will say this though, I ain't gonna lie. LeBron is he's got to be damn near close to being the GOAT, if not the GOAT. And this is why I say
it's an era thing. It depends on who you ask thing.
But bruh,
no, he's
I can't think of another player in any sport
as dominant and this and that.
But as dominant enough to play in the league with his child.
No, facts.
That's insane to think about.
Oh, he probably had Bronny when he was like 20. You know what I'm saying? He's about to be 40. You know what I'm saying? Bronny's about to be 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did that. You know what I'm saying? And he had, who's just having kids at 20, but he was already a millionaire, and that was that.
That is absolutely insane. I mean, you never know. I kind of do like the LeBron James, Bronny in Atlanta thing. That probably would be.
I think LeBron thinks he is like respect to Atlanta. We've been to Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. I don't think LeBron sees himself in Atlanta. Maybe I could be wrong.
Crazy thing is, I think Bron could hoop for another 10 years, but at this point, he's literally just bored.
I mean, if he's in position to win another ring, I think that, you know, again, he could be on the Lakers. The Lakers have failed him since the 2020 finals. Some people don't. They won the championship. Some people don't give, whatever. Some people, they didn't win the championship. Given the circumstances, COVID, they won the championship.
They won the championship.
They won the championship.
They won the bubble.
Then they won the bubble. So they won the championship. So they had a championship team. You know what I'm saying? And then they immediately break it up. You know what I'm saying? You don't keep key pieces that were there. You know what I'm saying? You're looking to get younger. The next year, the team wasn't as good. You should have kept all the veteran pieces that were there. If I read off the roster, like, yeah, their team was good. That team is better than what they had now. And they had Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, and they beat the Nuggets that year. They beat the Nuggets that year to get to the finals. Western Conference Finals, they beat the Nuggets, and they've lost the Nuggets like twice since because they don't have the front court depth. You have Anthony Davis, no more JaVale McGee, no more Dwight Howard. And you have Anthony Davis playing out of position, and he's just guarding a bigger man. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why the Lakers should be contending, and they're not. with LeBron James on the roster. So it's just like if they're okay with not winning a championship, if he is okay with not winning any more championships, then stay. Then stay. But if he can go somewhere else, their best years are behind him, not ahead of him. Both of them.
Talking about the Lakers or LeBron?
I'm talking about Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
And Anthony Davis.
Anthony, are you shit, man? Anthony Davis needs more help. Anthony Davis is not better than Joker. The end.
Agreed.
The end. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hump. And that's the hump. And look at where the league came back around. It was small ball. The league is coming back around to big men in the paint. Look at the Timberwolves. Look at the Mavericks. They have bigs.
Taking it back to the 90s.
So yeah. But
so did we want to touch on the draft?
The football draft?
Nah, NBA draft.
NBA draft. I mean, the draft lottery?
Yeah.
Yeah, pull up the draft lottery. Yeah, we're already on topic. So the draft lottery. So the Hawks won the draft lottery, and they had one of the lowest odds to win. So shout out to the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they still have a lot of question marks there. A lot of question marks there. They was already talking about trading one of their best players. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. We have. We got Atlanta with the first pick. Washington was second. Houston with the third pick from Brooklyn. That's probably from the James Harden trade years ago. 4, San Antonio. Yep, 5, Detroit. 6, Charlotte Hornets. 7, the Portland Trailblazers. 8, San Antonio Spurs via Toronto. That's probably the Kawhi Leonard trade. 9, Memphis Grizzlies. 10, 10, Utah Jazz. 11, Chicago Bulls. 12, Oklahoma City. There's stockpile picks from Houston. That's from the James Harden trade. 13, Sacramento. 14, Portland from Golden State via Boston and Memphis. Shit, that could be anything. 15, Miami. 16, Philadelphia. 17, the Lakers. 18, the Orlando Magic. 19, Toronto from Indiana. That is probably from the Siakam trade. 20, Cleveland Cavaliers. 21, New Orleans from Milwaukee. 22, Phoenix Suns. 23, Milwaukee from New Orleans. 24, New York Knicks from Dallas. That's probably the Porzingis trade. 25, New York. 26, Washington from Clippers via Dallas and Oklahoma. Okay. 27 from Minnesota, Timberwolves. 28, Denver. 29, Utah. Utah has a lot of first round picks. And then 30, Boston.
Bruh.
So, any one of them teams would be like, screw it, let's get Bronny. Anybody in the first round could be like, screw it, let's get Bronny. Screw it.
I mean, in my mind, though, that move is just like we want to be on TV. We want TV ratings. We want
that could be like half the teams in the NBA. Legit. We're selling more tickets. Like, so what? You know what I'm saying? We got the name. We got more TV ratings and more ticket sales. Sometimes that plays a factor. Winning, not everyone wins a championship. One team wins the championship.
Yeah, one team wins.
One team wins. So,
man, you gotta think it's crazy rare to actually make it to the NBA. There's 58 picks total.
Well, it's 30 teams. It'd be 60. I don't know if a team lost a pick or something like that. That's weird. Something's up. Something happened.
But I'm just thinking in my head, like
generally speaking,
like
right.
you may only pick once in the draft, like
right
type shit. Like that's absolutely insane.
Sometimes teams
Dallas
nail it.
is number 58, and that's their only pick, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying?
But again, sometimes you gotta trade picks to get something now, or you trade players to get picks for the future. You know what I'm saying? It's a forever rotating, musical chairs. Who's contending, who's in the middle of the road, and who's like full on rebuild.
So, do we want to touch on some NFL news?
We can, of course. Let's do it. So the draft happened last time we came to you guys. We were talking about the NFL draft. We covered a lot of the first round. And the schedule came out. The schedule came out. Me and Matt are talking about some games. The Ravens are in Dallas this year. So
yeah.
So we can make that move.
I think that's
that'd only be right.
Third week of September.
It's the only game I recall, like, yeah, I'll go to that game. Other games is just like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Me and Matt went to Me might have been a few games over the years, but the last game we went to, I believe, was the Seahawks in a standing room.
The last Cowboys game. Yeah.
Last Cowboys game. No, we went to 49ers,
49ers
Ravens, of course. A lot of 49ers tickets really a lot of money this year. A lot of big
just
games.
Went to the damn Super Bowl.
Correct. But they got the Chiefs visiting San Francisco. They got the Cowboys visiting San Francisco. So those are like top 2 of the 5 like highest price games of the season. Yeah. Good old Santa Clara.
I mean, draft was all right to me. A lot of quarterbacks taken in the first round.
Maybe this is another great quarterback class. Maybe some of these guys make it, some of these guys don't. You know what I'm saying? We look at past few drafts. A lot of these guys have not already fizzled out of being franchise QB1. You know what I'm saying? Legit. A lot of these guys have fizzled out these past few years.
I haven't seen over the past like 2 drafts. You haven't really seen anybody like stand out.
Shit, Brock Purdy, shit. That's about it. Brock Purdy, like straight.
He was the last pick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, a lot of
respectfully,
but it's a combination.
He's on one of the best teams in the league.
Of course, I'll put $100 to win $1,200 that Justin Fields won't throw for 5 TDs. I just give away my $100. Hey, that ain't a bad move. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a bad move. I'm gonna tell you why that ain't a bad. I just put $100 to win that just won't throw 5. So the under on the 5 TDs. Okay,
he's not gonna start. So I would.
Exactly. So you got Russell Wilson playing. So he's gonna play majority of the games. God forbid he gets hurt. Then he gets hurt. Then you got Justin Fields out there. And like I said, the Steelers, they were a playoff team, but there was their defense.
Barely a playoff team.
They were playing, but
their offense was garbage. Granted, they beat the Ravens.
For them to get 2 new quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? They weren't sold on the offense at all last year. What's his name took a big nosedive, the running back.
But their offense was trash last year.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? So that hence why they got 2 new quarterbacks. That's not a bad move. I don't know if I would have made that damn. But I like it though. You know what? It's not a bad bet. I think it's 5 touchdowns.
I'm going to say this now, and sometimes they call me Nostradamus, especially with the NFL picks. But you got to also realize that Russell Wilson is playing in the AFC North now. So while I take the bet, you could Russell Wilson could easily get injured.
Correct. Well, so
you're talking about a more violent set of games with against the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns. You know what I'm saying?
They got Justin Fields for a reason as well, because to bet on Russell Wilson playing all 17.
He might not make it.
Did they raise it to 18? I think I seen that. Did they raise the shit to 17? Okay, 17. They talk about doing it. Okay, probably so to play all 17 games,
all that money.
Right? To play all 17 games again, and he's older, et cetera, et cetera. Justin might play. So yes, there's a probability of Justin playing. Slim chance, but to go out there and to go over 5 touchdowns, that's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask.
It might also be a lot to ask because
that's a lot to ask.
He doesn't really. Granted, he threw way more than 5 touchdowns last season, but he's not like.
What's the over-under of games played? Under 8-9 games. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think if Russell Wilson we don't wish an injury on Russell Wilson, but he's not missing more than half the season. At least I don't think so. If he misses some games, he's gonna miss maybe a couple games. He's not missing more than half the season.
I'm banking on Russell stay healthy and Fields his ass. So that in the AFC North, he can't get 5 TD. Well, that's the only other part.
It's the defenses he's going against, right? The Browns, the Ravens.
Time, granted, Russell was all right last year.
The Bengals.
But Russell, he not going to fare that much better than Justin Fields in the AFC North. You got to think, you literally almost, granted, the Bengals fell off there. But we had 3 teams in the playoffs. And really, we could have had all the teams in the playoffs type shit,
The Ravens almost played the Browns last year.
No, but I mean Steelers playoffs,
yeah.
Ravens and Browns, and I mean the Bengals were right there, but obviously
then what's his name got hurt, but they were pretty good too. No, yeah, the AFC North is probably one of the better teams, one of the better divisions in the NFL, if not the best division.
So speaking of the AFC North, they saying that Kenny Pickett looks light years ahead, better than Hurts in camp. I didn't hear that story. I'm about to look that up.
Speaking of the AFC North, Kenny Pickett is light years better than AFC North. Where's Kenny Pickett at?
He's in Philadelphia. He got traded.
You sure?
Is that the talk on? Oh, so yeah, that is the talk. Jalen Hurts being outplayed by Kenny Pickett.
Man, Hurts is the man. So I mean, I'm not. I mean,
bro,
what was his?
You know, all it takes for him to become the starting quarterback is Jalen Hurts to get injured and Kenny Pickett to come in there and kill shit. That's all it takes for his job to get taken.
Any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. So yeah, Jalen Hurts got a big old target on his back.
And
he's done.
He was just okay last year.
He did have a little fall off last year.
Yeah.
He was before that. He's top 5 in fantasy. He's made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So so teams were going to play against him a little bit more. You know, they're gonna pay attention to that game versus maybe.
And I mean, at the end of the day, at some point, they're gonna figure out how to stop you from pushing your quarterback in the end zone. They're gonna figure it out at some point.
Maybe they change the rules at some point. Yeah, that doesn't last forever. All that tush push, all that pause.
I don't think they're gonna change the rules.
Tush push, pause, bro.
I think no Diddy, but I think at some point teams are gonna figure out a way to kind of stifle that and put that to ease. But I Kenny Pickett, like I said, all it takes is for your quarterback to get injured and for him to play well. Granted, I don't see that happening personally.
QB2's on the roster, man.
Because I watched Kenny Pickett play last year, bro. It wasn't really nothing to cry home about, man. It's kind of depressing to watch the Steelers on offense last year. But at the same time, like I said, they did beat us. Their defense beat us in that game last year. But I watched that game literally like, yo, how the hell did we lose that game when we literally dominated them all game, but we just didn't close the door? But like I said, their defense came through, but Kenny Pickett did not look great. But we'll see. I feel like, Jalen Hurts probably isn't like, the greatest thrower per se, but he's a decent quarterback. He's very athletic. And they have great receivers. Got a really good team around them. But yeah. So also, Dak Prescott, last year the contract. No,
you gotta let him play it out. I wouldn't extend him. I wouldn't extend him because you're not gonna give him $1 billion today, tomorrow, and he still hasn't gotten you to the promised land.
But at the same time, though, Dak Prescott.
You got Trey Lance waiting in you got Trey Lance and Cooper still on that roster.
Listen to this argument, though. Dak Prescott has better stats than Tony Romo. You never heard about no Tony Romo trade or no Tony Romo get him out of here.
What's the difference? Great question. Great take. Hot take.
What's the difference between really? And granted, I can't
outside the obvious.
But I'd make the argument
if we're going there,
put their stats like right next to
if
each
we're
other,
going there,
they'd probably be very close to identical at this point. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, granted, people always gonna be up in arms about the Cowboys winning or not winning. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
I think they're worse.
I don't really recall people wanting Tony Romo out of there until the appearance of Dak Prescott in Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
So he was the golden child. He was the savior. Jerry Jones. If you're on if Jerry Jones is rocking with you, what more you need to do? Jerry again. Ain't nobody was gonna tell Jerry Jones nothing about no Tony Romo. Exactly. Tony Romo probably stayed longer than he should have. Jason Garrett stayed longer than he should have. When is it gonna get to the point? Dak is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dak is the person.
When does he get the? You know what I'm saying? Like again, I'm not saying it's always, but again, right? The quarterback gets majority of the credit, majority of the blame. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do we blame here? They lost that game to the Green Bay in the playoffs. Who's to blame? You know what I'm saying? You talking about is coaching? What coach is available? Again, you talking about the coaching? What coach is available? What's his name is a decent coach.
Where's Bill? I mean, not Bill. Where's Bill Belichick right now?
It's on the couch. No, they had a meeting. It didn't work out. Because they're not going to give Bill the power that he wants. If you want to talk about the Bill Belichick,
NFL is at the point where you don't got to be good, just got to be good enough. See, Trevor Lawrence is about to get 50 M's a year.
there's 32 quarterbacks. They're going to pay somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you got to pay somebody, I guess, in a sense, though.
You got.
I don't think Trevor Lawrence going to get 50 M's, though. I got Trevor getting about 45. Like, they gave Daniel Jones about 40 a couple years ago. Trevor Lawrence wasn't that great last year. He was all right. He was okay. He was okay last year.
I feel the running backs should get a little bit more of their due, and quarterbacks shouldn't be as.
The running backs low-key got paid this year, though. They ain't get paid what they was used to getting paid, but a lot of them got paid. You know, a lot of, you know, it was, I think this year.
Why did the Cowboys lose doggone
Tony Pollard?
Yes.
I mean, tough one.
And then Henry said the Cowboys didn't even make a play at him.
This is what I'll say about Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard was not actually the same without without Ezekiel Elliott.
But you lose Pollard, then you get Zeke back.
Which makes no sense.
They legit got worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Zeke, shout out to Pollard. No, if you would have brought that back too good, you know what I'm saying? That was the deal. You know what I'm saying? That was it. So it's just like you got Zeke and a bunch of guys we've never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Respect. You know what I'm saying? They drafted a young guy maybe a year or two ago. You lose Pollard, Pro Bowl top 5 running back. You let him walk? Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I'm not being a hater, but I'm sure if we got one of our fans who are a Dallas, roots for the Dallas Cowboys would agree with what we're saying.
I mean,
talking about all in, and we lose the friggin' we lose the guy.
Dallas really didn't get better in the offseason.
They got worse. That's the point. They got worse. So, I mean, hey, the division's still up in the air. I feel Washington's still sub 500 team. Respect. The Giants are sub 500 team. Still got to worry about the Eagles. What if Hurts?
Zeke is another St. Louis cat. I can't say nothing bad about him, but Dallas bringing him back made me LOL.
Zeke loves Dallas because Dallas has been good to Zeke.
Home. It's
Dallas
home,
has been good to Zeke. So yeah, he come back. He don't care if it's a minimum. He don't care if he play.
He want to be outside.
He just want to be out.
Yeah, he want to see all his friends and be outside. I
there you go.
Get him coming back. I'm pretty sure he was probably like, please.
He was back in New England. He was probably in boot camp. Yeah, nothing.
Cold.
Yeah, he wasn't doing nothing that he doing in Dallas.
Bill Belichick.
All that. He wasn't doing none of that. Hey, he led the team in receptions.
Which is crazy because he don't really catch the ball like that.
But that's how bad their receivers were. That's how bad the Patriots were. So
Patriots is pretty god awful last year. Side note, Tom Brady is the GOAT at quarterback for sure.
Right, see his roast. What are we talking about?
For sure,
what are we talking about?
Bill Belichick's a great coach, but if you're trying to figure out what came first, the chicken or the egg, we got the answer.
Did you watch the roast? It was pretty fun.
I watched some of the roast. I seen the highlights.
A little vulgar at times, but
I seen the Robert Kraft.
They said leave that alone, right? No, he
was dead serious too.
He said cut that. Yeah.
He's like, do not say that. Right. Shout out to Robert Kraft. But yeah.
Billionaire boy.
So another thing that's in the news, and this is
newsflash.
This is actually off the field, but I want your take on it.
What?
So, Antonio Brown has filed for bankruptcy.
Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, side note, halftime, Timberwolves 60, Mavericks 48, halftime on that game 2. So, Antonio Brown files for bankruptcy.
Antonio Brown. How did we get here?
We've made a lot of money, but we spent a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And the extracurricular with all the girlfriends along the way, all the failed rap career.
So Yahoo Sports says Antonio Brown files for bankruptcy despite a reported career earnings of $80 million.
You know why? Okay, when you buy multiple houses and cars, that's upkeep. So that's money going away, right? You know what I'm saying? You probably don't get the best deals because you get, you know what I mean?
Because you just buying straight
So
up.
maybe exactly. So a lot of your assets are depreciating. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of upkeep. He probably had like 5, 10 cars like the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So that's maintenance. So that's that. Fly out the family, the homies, whatever, and all that stuff. Kicking with a bunch of kicking with some young ladies here and there.
That costs.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's doing all that. He's doing all that. You know what I'm saying? And then he done hit his head once or twice. So he's probably like a little just loosey goosey all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So for him to legit file for bankruptcy again, you didn't. You were doing what you wanted to do, not what you needed to do. Straight up, he's doing whole lot what he wanted to do, not what he needed to do. Somebody make $80 million and tell them to file for bankruptcy, but a lot of pro athletes after their career, you know what I'm saying, because the money's not coming in, they get used to a certain lifestyle, XYZ. He's a prime, God bless him, but that's he's turned himself into this unfortunate, statistic, not a positive one. You know what I'm saying? File for bankruptcy, like it's embarrassing. That's you know what I'm saying. You know what somebody told me? Shout out to Bobby James. He's like when big money people go through bullshit like that, it's clown shit. That's clown shit. You know what I'm saying? Like big when you big like that, and you go through some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Totally self-inflicted.
there you go. Some like I said, come on, bro. Again, think of the ones that you know what I'm saying got somebody a modest house, don't got 10 cars, don't got all the jewelry, don't know, you know what I mean?
Drunk says Antonio Brown's brain is going to make the NFL turn strictly into a no tackle league, and I'm not even joking. So I ain't gonna lie. Granted, all respect to Antonio Brown, and I wish the best for him. But when he's no longer living, the results of his brain, being analyzed.
Shout out to OJ. I think the NFL wanted the brain, and the family told him no. Shout out to OJ Simpson.
Granted, OJ had his drama, but OJ never.
Maybe an extreme example.
Actually, no, I can't even say that. I can't even say OJ wasn't as bad as, and I can't say that. I feel like I'm, being a hypocrite saying something like that. Well, but
he did a lot.
I'm like, just OJ's antics as bad as.
Shout out to OJ, man. He did.
But you get where I'm going.
You're right.
You get where I'm going with.
He did a lot of good stuff on It Is What It Is with Cam and Mace, man. I'm glad I saw a lot of that while he was still rocking.
Antonio Brown posted a link to his Cash App page, writing, "I'm broke, baby." Shout out to Antonio.
I sent Antonio Brown some money.
He started
to get him here.
He started.
I spent some money. Come on, we spend a couple dollars to get somebody. NFL, you know what I'm saying?
I'll put up a couple dollars to have him on the show. Type shit.
Tone. You think we can't get Antonio Brown over here?
Come on, Tone.
Tone. Oh, no, Tony. Yeah, hell yeah. We gotta get somebody. We gotta get somebody. So, Antonio's Brown is gonna be strictly. Yeah, right. I mean, they making it soft over the years. Didn't they take away the drag tackle or the hip tackle or whatever? I think they take some type of tackle out.
OJ took hits, but we all said when Antonio took certain hits that, oh my God, that's the one that's gonna mess him up as soon as they happen. Yeah,
they did this one, took the side of his neck, big old dude, and he got him. Like
you talking about Vontaze Burfict.
You know, you're right. Exactly. I can visualize it, but yeah, he got hit bad.
Vontaze Burfict, because it was that hit happened, and then I think the next season, Juju kind of got him back with a crackback block. I don't know if you remember that, but that's why more of that AFC North. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of that whole thing. But yeah, Antonio Brown, man. I wish him the best, but I'm like, damn, bro. And then at the same time, he had a $25 million paycheck waiting for him was it in Vegas yet? From the Raiders that he just said, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
He did mess up these last few
That's
opportunities.
crazy.
He went from the Steelers to the Ravens to the Patriots, but then he got one in Tampa. He was there,
Yeah.
but that was
The crazy part is
kind of fizzled out.
he could. Well, that's debatable. But assuming that he wasn't losing his mind or whatever, he'd probably still be playing.
1,000%.
He'd probably still be playing.
1,000%.
Last question about Antonio Brown. Hall of Fame first ballot or no?
He got to clean up his act.
You also got to think
he got to clean up his act because who took it longer than needed was T.O.
And T.O. ain't really do nothing that bad.
That's what I'm saying.
T.O. ain't do nothing bad. He just he was his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all T.O. ever did.
Exactly. T.O. didn't get in trouble and all that.
Yeah, he ain't. T.O. ain't never.
No, ain't get arrested. Got in some trouble, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Antonio Brown freaking.
I think
he's
got
accusations. He getting throwing furniture off the roof.
He got to save face, exactly, and he got to save face before Malika Andrews bring up everything about him. People like that,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Before she dive in, you know what I mean?
I want to pull up his stats real quick, because he talking about somebody who has legendary low key stats over that time he was in. Pittsburgh. You're talking about.
You got the cover of Madden. He was the guy. Sure.
From 2013 to 2018, I'm gonna read off the yardage. 1499.
1,000's good. The 1,000's good.
2015, 1834, 1284, 1533, and 1297 over a 6-year span. So, and the career stats of 12,000 yards. So I mean, it's receivers with less receptions. I mean, with less receiving yards that made it into the Hall of Fame. But I don't think he's going first ballot though, personally. It's
politics. It's talent, but it's also off the field, and
Antonio Brown first ballot easy. This the NFL, not the WWE. We don't judge career after career over. I mean, some of the stuff ain't why he was playing though.
I think it was a struggle for T.O. So that's my comparison. Like who could we compare him to? That has been
Tyreek Hill said he wouldn't be playing ball if Antonio Brown didn't. That's a bold-faced lie from Tyreek Hill. But I could see why he would say that. All respect to somebody who came before you, but bullshit. Tyreek Hill is a freak of nature, bro. Tyreek Hill is just as cold as Antonio Brown, and at this point probably could eclipse him considering what he's been doing in Miami.
Career stats.
Yeah. Could easily eclipse him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tyreek Hill though. Tyreek Hill, well, yeah, could 119 catches last year. 119 catches the year before that.
High usage,
but at the same time, 111 in 2021 with the Chiefs. So only 8 more catches, but 500 more yards. So what that tells me is they throwing the ball over your head down the field. So the Chiefs be playing some small ball in NFL terms, man. Fucking Patrick Mahomes, man. He don't make no mistakes. But yeah, what else we got to touch on, man?
I think we covered. Yeah, I think we covered everything we need to cover. Tap back in, letting you guys the latest and greatest. Like I said, we got the playoffs going on. Next week we should we may have the finals mapped up, ready to go. So
only other thing that we ain't touching on that's coming up, but I mean it's more of an acquired taste. You got a Gervonta Davis fight coming up soon.
We will touch more on that next time.
I want to say it's 2 weeks away.
Gotcha. And then and we have
Frank Martin.
That too, but Tyson and Jake Paul coming to Arlington, Texas and the tickets have dropped significantly. So that might be an option for your normal guys that talk sports.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this. I am gonna be there to watch it. I am gonna watch it somewhere. But I feel
It's on Netflix, so we could watch it on the phone if you could boil it down to it.
I'm actually I'm talking about the Javante fight. We
Oh,
might go
bet.
to the freaking Jake Paul shit.
Come on.
But I actually am a little worried about Javante Davis in this fight, just a little bit. So we'll see what happens. I'm just a little bit. It's been a lot of out the ring stuff going on.
Shout out to Ryan Garcia, man. He's
He live here now.
I bet.
No, he lives here. Like literally, it's all these random videos popping up of him like at.
He's at the gallery with our
He's
homies.
at the gallery.
With our homies up there.
Another
Yeah.
video of him in Addison at a bar doing karaoke.
I did see that.
There's another video of him at the Garden down there too, just chilling.
We might pull up.
So
We might
he's
pull up
in
on you one of
Dallas.
these. We might pull up on you one of these days, Ryan.
Come back with more shows. Whole network been dry. Tell everybody.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, it's it's a combination of me and Matt. Me and Matt look to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
But like I said, you've been one of the consistent supporters. So much salute to you, sir. We appreciate all of your contributions to this
Now, Drunk, I will tell
project
you,
we have
there's
here.
another YouTube channel that you should probably subscribe to called Never Satisfied Network. It's not this channel, but it's the Never Satisfied Network.
Matt help out with all the shows. You know what I'm saying? Matt, every show that there's Matt's helping.
I know it's been a little dry, but like subscribe to that channel, and you know what I'm saying. I think we'll be able to.
Sometimes I'm free and Matt's not. Sometimes Matt's free and I'm not. So we both will apologize on behalf of both of us. But we got football be coming back up. We'll really get into it, of course.
Oh yeah.
We got fantasy football season, football. We'll really get to it.
Oh yeah.
So the summer is just going to be a little dry. You know what I'm saying? We talk off the season stuff, but
No, it's that time of year where all of the sports networks be coming up with the craziest stories, bro.
it's summertime. That's just again. It's when there's stuff currently not going on, there's only so much to go talk
Only
about.
other thing is the O's are great this season. I don't know if you keep up.
Baseball. We talking about some baseball. We got the A's moving to Sacramento.
The
So
O's are in first place.
Oh, that's what's up.
In the AL East.
So I'm paying a little bit more attention to baseball because we have the A's playing their final season in Oakland, moving to Sacramento for 3 years with a four-year potential because they're eventually going to end up in Vegas. So that's the plan.
I'm wrong. O's are in second place, but
So yeah, we got some baseball. We might and the Rangers won the championship, so the Rangers are on their victory lap right now.
yeah. Granted, they're not so hot this year, but
But
well,
they got some injuries, but they're defending champs.
yeah, they're finna
And shout out to the Stars. The Stars are in the conference finals. Shout out to the Dallas Stars
I
hockey.
want to say the game was last night, wasn't it?
I think so.
And last thing I'm gonna say, and we're gonna go over here. Shout out to the people working at American Airlines Center, bro. Talking about flipping the stadium for a hockey game and a basketball game
That's
and a
lit.
hockey game and getting back and forth.
That's lit.
Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's lit.
Got anything else we'd like to touch on?
But I think we covered a lot of ground. Like I said, we're about an hour in, and we just basically hit you with like I said, we got the NBA playoffs right now. Like I said, my prediction, it's going 7. I don't feel comfortable making a prediction. I think Matt's riding with the Mavericks.
Oh, hell yeah.
So shout out to both teams, and shout out to everyone tuning in. We will catch you guys next time. Shout out to normal Never Satisfied, of course. Shout out to everybody, Big Homie, Double R, of course. All the shows here, et cetera, et cetera.
Shout out to the studio. Shout out to Lardy B.
Lardy B, yeah, of course.
Whole music team here, production team, everybody. Time Out Podcast, everybody who is a part. Enjoy your sports. Enjoy Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah,
Shout
happy
out
Memorial
to
Day.
my veterans. And yeah.
Enjoy your week. Enjoy your sports. Enjoy each other. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys next time.